Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good afternoon, evening. Oh man, shoot! I just, man, just okay. Just man, it's been a rough 2 hours, dog. Been a rough 2 hours. Been a rough 2 hours. One second. I'm just gonna add stuff, get people in here so we can talk, we can converse, because it's just yeah. I'm kind of discombobulated right now because I just did a match in Marvel Rivals, and somehow it was my fault that we won. It's my fault that we were losing, but it was my fault that we won. If you know, you know. Okay, basically, you know. What? It was basically, I was, I didn't have that many kills because I was playing Vanguard. Our DPS wasn't doing nothing. In particular, Namor, he wasn't doing anything, and he wasn't killing the Deadpool, the DPS Deadpool. He wasn't killing the Spider-Man, which he counters efficiently. And so then at the end of that second round, I switched to Storm so we can get power, damage boost. And then the guy was like, yo, you're 12, 13, and 15. What are you playing? I was like, what do you want me to play, bro? He was like, play. I want you to play something that you can stay alive. I was like, what do you want me to play? What did you play when we was offense? I played Captain America. And you got all these, and you didn't get no kills because I was pilling. The reason why we won the first round is because instead of focusing on killing, I was either flanking their backline or I was pilling because Spider-Man and Deadpool was killing our backline. So what do you want me to do? I can't do all this. I can't carry a team that refused to be carried. So he's like, play somebody that don't be lived. And so then the Namor switched. I forgot who he switched. I think he switched to Vanguard or Strategist. I immediately switched to Vanguard and I destroyed. I went from not having. I went from having the less kills to having, coming in the top 2 with the kills. Why? Because I knew where to place my turrets. I knew how to peel as Namor on defense and how to get my my backline, my strategists out of a clear and present danger. And then they voted me. I wish there was a dislike or a downvote vote. I would downvote the whole team. Because after we won, they was like, good job. I was like, don't talk to me, bro. So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. The hell with those dudes. That really rubbed me the wrong way. So that's why I'm kind of irritated. And then I'm irritated because the state of the video game industry, which we will talk about in a few minutes. But I'm just, hold on. Let me get my composure. I'm sorry. I do want to apologize. Let me get my composure. Okay. Let me get my goddamn composure. So that's my introduction of what just transpired. This happened within the last hour, last 90 minutes. Okay. And then it's just, oh my God. So games I've been playing, hold on, because I do have this, not scripted, but I have like, okay, games I've been playing. Been playing Destiny 2. I'm back in the fold. Even joined a new clan. Was supposed to raid this weekend. I was supposed to raid Friday, but due to unforeseen circumstances within my new clan, they already had their raid team, so I wasn't able to raid. I haven't raid in over 8 years in Destiny. I was looking forward to raid. This was going to be my first raid. I was going to do the Desert Perpetual, the newest raid in Destiny 2. I was looking forward to raiding. Like I said, I haven't raid in 8 years, over 8 years. Destiny 1, I raided every single time. I raided solos, I raided solo dolo, I raided with clanmates, I raided with friends. Destiny 1, I did everything in Destiny 1. Destiny 2, not so much, because the reason why Destiny 2, because I was still managing a fighting game esports team, so that took all my time. And then Overwatch came out. I was dealing with Overwatch. Then I was pissed off with Destiny 2 because they sunset the main campaign. Then Monster Hunter Worlds came out. So that took my time. So I didn't really raid in Destiny 2. I just dibbled and dabbled here and there. But I've been playing Destiny 2. Like I just said, I just played Marvel Rivals, and the last match that I just played pissed me off. It infuriated me because apparently, like I said, if you're just joining and you don't know, I'm the reason why we won. I was the reason why we were losing, and I was also the reason why we won. And I will say this again, the reason why we were losing is because I was doing my job as Vanguard. And me doing my job as Vanguard, peeling for the strategists in the backline on my team, and flanking as Captain America, not getting enough kills, but doing my job as a Vanguard, I got ridiculed and considered a bad player because I was doing my job as Vanguard. To the point where I said, what do you want to do? And this is coming from the Namor, who was playing Namor, who couldn't kill Spider-Man or DPS pool. But it's my fault that we were losing. I said, whoever you want me to play, dude, just let me know. Play who'd you play originally? I would play Captain America. Well, we're on defense. Well, the Namor got off Namor, played other character. I forgot it was Vanguard strategist. I picked up Namor, and and behold, I started killing the Spider-Man, start killing the Deadpool, start killing the goddamn Elsa Bloodstone with ease. And then we was the reason why we won, because we pushed the Groot, Akora, whatever that thing, Kakara. So yeah, been playing Arc Raiders. And you know what? As I play Arc Raiders, I just want to say thank you to all the rats, all the snakes, and all you bum ass so-called PvP players. I want to thank you. You're the reason why this game is dying. You are horrible and people. And like I said, this is not a game. This is a social experiment. And you're the reason why Arc Raiders is dying. So wholeheartedly. It has nothing to do with Embark Studios coming out with new updates or it has nothing to do with Embark coming out with new things. It's you guys. It's you guys. Every single guy that has ratted me. I've been playing this game since December, 2 days before Christmas, and I've been ratted on. Don't get me wrong. I've been ratted on. Have I ratted on anybody? No. Have I defended myself? Absolutely. But I never ratted on anybody. And let's clear up the air right now. There is a difference from a rat and a PvP. PvP is player versus player. It's when two people are fighting each other. When they acknowledge or somebody shoots somebody and they shoot another person, it's a square up. It's a square up. Have I PvP'd in this game? Yes. Have I won my PvPs? Yes. I won all my PvPs. I've won every single PvP that I've won against. When I know that we're PvPing. Rats, on the other hand, is element of the surprise. They're not PvPers. They take a hold of an opportunity. And last week I finally got ratted on. Like genuinely ratted. And a lot of people say rats are people who rat at the extraction center, you know what I'm saying, extraction zone. And I finally got my first rat at the extraction zone. It was during close scrutiny. It was like 10 minutes left. We got to the extraction zone. He did his flashlight. You know, that's the universal code saying that I'm friendly. I did my flashlight, flash on, flash off, flash on, flash off. Went down into the extraction when the elevator came up. Start putting in the code so we can go back to Speranza. And he shot me in the back and killed me. That was my first truly rat experience. And I mean, true pure blood ratting experience. Now I've been ratted on before, like somebody up top shooting me, but that was the first time I ever got ratted at an extraction zone, extraction site. Everywhere else was like I went into a building and then I just got shot, or I was getting mushrooms. Like the first time I ever got killed by another player and a rat was I was on Space Point and I was getting mushrooms and I was in my menu and then I got shot because he was up top looking at me. So, but yeah, the reason why Arc Raiders is dying or dwindling as far as player base is because of ratters, and Embark won't do anything about it. And now that when I play, especially in the morning, I'll be the only one on up top side, and maybe one or two other people on top side. But I mean, compared from when I go top side early in the morning in December to now when I go top side early in the morning, it'd be like just a few people, and I get my objectives done. I'm enjoying it now. I'm comfortable with that. But it's the PvP. It's not the PvPers, because I have no ill will towards the PvPers. The PvPers keep doing what you're doing. It's these rats that I have a problem with. And the thing is, the rats is causing this game to dwindle. And I every rat that I've as far as this is my third expedition, I've been ratted on. I would say a good 10 times, 10 double digits, 10. I would say at minimum 10 times. And everyone that I've seen or I looked up or, researched, they are horrible. They're horrible in every other game. Their main games is either Brawlhalla, Rocket League, Roblox. What's that other game? It's not it's in Fortnite. So 9 times out of 10 it's kids or they're just dumbasses. It's never I never get ratted by people who play Call of Duty, who've played Call of Duty, who've played Battlefield, who play Apex Legends, who played Escape from Tarkov, who played Rust, who played Pug or played Apex Legends, real extractions, extraction / PvP games, because a lot of these guys, they rat because they're horrible in other PvP games. So when this game dies, I'm saying, congratulations, you're going to go back to your bullshitting ass mediocrity games that you sucked at in the first place. And you came over here, so you got a false sense of bravado and a false sense of clarity that you're a good PvPer. You're not a PvPer, you're a rat. Because I did face like my third PvPer. No, my third rat I faced, he tried to rat me out. I think I still got that video. He tried to rat on me and I defended myself and killed him. And I was like, what have we learned? You're horrible. You tried to rat on me? I'm a PvPer. Destroyed him. But I digress. What else have I been playing? Apex Legends. Street Fighter. I've been playing Street Fighter. I'm trying to get all the characters up to diamond status. I got 2 characters in master, but I'm trying to get the characters in diamond status, all the characters. Just getting the rust off. Getting prepared for Yasmin. And that's it. As far as I touch grass, I don't know. Everybody good? Let's talk about you guys. Are you guys good? The world is going into shambles, and I just want to look at you in your face, look in your eyes, and ask you, how are you guys doing? Are you mentally well? It's chaotic out here right now. It don't matter where you're at. No matter what city you're from, what country you're from, what side of the hemisphere you're on. Are you good? That's what I'm asking. I just want to make sure that you're doing. I hope that you're doing well mentally. Cause buckle up your seats, get some popcorn. It's about to get worse. But with that being said, I still see the joy in the world. I still see there's still hope in my eyes, because what I see with the World Cup, as you may or may not know, I am in Dallas. And as you may or may not know, there's been so many foreigners around here. So many foreigners. I mean, the Japanese, the Dutch, the Welsh, well, I think the Mexicans are coming. Mexicans already here, so I think it's a couple of more people coming. I mean, and I think Scots was in Boston last time I checked. I don't think they're in Dallas, but there's a lot of people from the World Cup here, and it tickles my fancy. It tickles my fancy seeing so many people, especially from the UK, from the island, that are just. First and foremost, I just want to say welcome to all the British people who never came to America before. Welcome here. I'm glad you're enjoying our food. And then on the different side of the token, this is what we told you. We told you our food was great. He was like, no, your food is trash. We told you our stuff is great. We told you everything is big as here. And not just seeing shorts, reels, and TikToks and YouTube videos of not only British people, but a lot of people from foreign. It's their first time over and they're trying different foods and they fall in love. But I also want to give a special shout out to the British people who are trying to take back ranch on the planes, to the point where TSA had to put out a national disclaimer saying you cannot take ranch on the plane. Y'all taking ranch. And then everybody in the comment section of all multiple videos are saying, how the hell did y'all win the spice wars? But y'all won and cultivated the spice trade, but y'all don't even season y'all food. Now y'all want to take the season back. But I digress. And then also want to give a shout out to some of the British people who refuse to go back home. Listen. You got to go back home. You got to go back home. Sorry, you got to go back home. You got to go back where you came from. You just do, because there was this joke this guy said, and it's true. It's very true. It was this guy. He was about to go to heaven, but the Lord told him, hey, you have a choice. You can go to heaven or you can go to hell. He's like, but you gotta, you get 24 hours to pick. He was in heaven. He was bored. So then Satan was like, come down to hell. He went down to hell. He had strippers. He had, prostitutes. He was gambling. He was making money. He was having the time of his life. And he went back to the Lord and was like, hey, man, I'm gonna have to go back down to hell, man. I had so much fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, Lord. You got a nice establishment up here, but I'm going back down to hell. So he went back down to hell. Well, as soon as he got back down to hell, he was putting shackles, chains, and he was beating, flesh falling off his back, his bones, and he was like, what the hell? And he was like, I thought I had the time of life. And Satan said, and I quote, don't confuse tourism with immigration. And that's what I say. That's my advice to you. Yes, you're having the time of your life. Yes, you're enjoying it. But once you start living here, you're going to see the ills and the error of our ways. But enjoy yourself. Have fun. Enjoy the World Cup. And like I said, I'm proud of everybody who's been a part of that. And y'all have fun with that. What else? The NBA. I got to talk about something right quick with the NBA. No. Yeah. Sports in general. I want to talk to the young man, especially young black man in particular, that's trying to go into sports. Listen, you got to get rid of your friends, bro. You got to get rid of your friends. I hate to say it, and it's like your day ones and this and that and this and that. If your friends is going to jeopardize your future, your career, your livelihood that you spent ever since you was 3 years old to obtain, and you finally got there, you got to let them go, dog. You got to let them go. Because if they're your true friends, they'll realize. You got to let them go. Establish what you got to do. And then if the friendship was really bond or really day one-ish, they'll come back and y'all form after you get everything situated. But when you're young and dumb and stupid and you listen to your friends, I know you don't want to get rid of your day ones. I know you don't want to get rid of your friends, but when you around and surround yourself with X amount of money, you got to be careful and you got to move differently. I only bring that up because of Tyrion Arnold. the cornerback, not quarterback, but the cornerback for the Detroit Lions. He got got arrested. Could spend a life, could spend the rest of his life in prison, and because he was trying to get his lick back, listening to his friends. Somebody stole his jewelry, so he got his friends to help him, kidnap these guys so they can get his jewelry back. Pretty much did an O.J. Simpson. His friends flipped on him, ratted on him. Now he's in jail. He just got out today for $1 million bond, on $1 million bond. He just got out today. He thought he was going to go back to the Detroit Lions training facility for the season, and they released him. Like 3-4 hours ago, they released him. Now he's a free agent, and he'll never work in the NFL again. All because he listened to his friends. On the other end, NBA, Detroit Pistons. I don't know what's going on. Listen, Michael Beasley is being indicted because of betting and point shaving. I don't know if he was listening to his friends, but I'm pretty sure his friends got him caught up into that. And now he can he's a free agent. He's been a free agent, but nobody's going to, nobody's going to pick him up. So yeah, that's why you got to be careful when you've been training and you've been going to AAU, or, you've been going to these camps, and, you want to have your friends, you want to have your day ones, and you want to have your day ones in your pocket, and to have your back. But, do they truly have your back? Because if they did have your back, they wouldn't put you in this type of predicament. They would try their best to keep you out of predicament. Trust me, I've seen it firsthand. Hell, it happened to me. Now that I think of it, it happened to me. I'm nothing special. I just remember in the 90s, I grew up on the east side of Detroit, one of the roughest neighborhoods at that time. I mean, I've seen several of my friends die due to gunshot and due to crime and due to gang violence. And I wanted to get out of there, but I didn't know how. So then I ended up moving over to my grandmother's house. She moved into Southfield. And at that time, Southfield was it was an okay suburb of Detroit. It was, it wasn't nothing special, but I mean, it was better than the east side of Detroit, and in particular better than the west side of Detroit at that time. And, I one time, a couple times I went back to my hood in the east side, and my friend at that time, he literally looked me in my face and said, "Don't come back over here again, dog. You come back over here again, we gonna rob you." My friend, I known this dude since middle school, and now I was outside a house. I was 1 year from high school, and he told me, "Don't ever come back in this neighborhood again. We're gonna rob you." And then it wasn't until 2013 I came back and went and took my son to the hood. I saw him again, and I thanked him. I thanked him because he saved my life, even though he threatened me and threatened me. At that time, I was like, "Man, you ain't no friend. You ain't no friend." But I thanked him. He got me at the hood. He was still at his mother's house. He was doing better than when he was, when I left. But yeah, you gotta, if your friends, no, we're friends now. We still friends now. I talk to him every time, and once and again. He doesn't live in Detroit anymore, but yeah. If your day ones is your day ones, they will try their best to keep you out of trouble and won't put you in trouble, especially if they see you, going to the league or getting hired by Wells Fargo or Goldman Sachs. They won't put you in they won't put you in a predicament where you will lose your dream. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I want to say to y'all. But other than that, I've been yapping. That's the I Touch Grass segment. So let's get to the main topic. Main topic. Hello? Okay, main topic. I was just seeing if my mic was muted. Because honestly, quite frankly, I made a Destiny video and I spent like 30 minutes to talking and the mic was muted. I actually got so mad I just deleted the video. But anywho, main topic. State of Shel. We got to talk about the video game industry, bro. If you are not aware, I've had a podcast before. It was called The Real Gamer Show, and I had co-hosts co-hosts. Wow. I had a couple co-hosts, and we interviewed a couple people in the industry. I had a chance to meet a couple people in the industry. Also, due to me traveling nationally, regionally, and having my players travel internationally, I was able to meet a couple people in the fighting game industry, which in turn made me meet other people in the industry outside of fighting games, and became friends with people that work in the video game industry. And I get to know, I used to know, I don't know any now. Yeah, and I don't know as much as I did back then when I was active. I know a little bit, but I just play games and talk about video games now. I don't want to get into politics of it. But with that being said, this industry is being turned upside down. It's just, it's horrible. I mean, I kind of understand what's going on, but then again, it's just the greed, the corporate greed, the suits, corporate greed, just, I mean, honestly, quite frankly, we have more games than we ever had before. We have so many games that are out, so many games that are coming out, coming soon, but people seem less excited. A lot of us seem less excited because of the current state of the video game industry. And I'm not saying video games are dying. Far from it. I'm not going to sound like a ball and gun gamer and say that video games, there's no good games out there. That's bull crap, because just the first week of September alone, you got 5 good single player games that's coming out. Then you got Madden, then you got NBA 2K, I'm not getting 2K. I always say that I'm not getting 2K27. I'm not. But and then in November, and then you got a couple games in October, and then you got the main game in November, GTA 6. So there's games coming out. It's just that there's no soul. There's no soul in the video game industry. Remember 1996, debatable with 1998 are the two best years, the golden era of entertainment, in particular the golden era of video games. 96 and 98 is debatable which was the best year in video game history, as far as the best year of video games in general. If you don't believe me, look at the games that came out in 96, look at the games in 98, and you'll be like, God damn, we had it so good. Fast forward to now, it's just deplorable. I mean, the games are there. It's just deplorable. It's just like they're asking for too much. And when I say they, I mean the developers, the programmers, the promoters, or the producers. It's a lot of greed, and then that's on one side. But what about us as gamers? Are we hard to please, or are we taking our frustration out on the developers and the producers that's trying the best to appease us? And then the ones that are just totally abusing us, we just give them a free pass. It's like the abusing girlfriend syndrome, Oh, the developers, they just love us. They would never hurt us. They hurt us. That shows that they love us. Like, I don't get it. And then also, I mean, since we're in a state of a recession, about to be depression, layoffs. And it's just, I mean, Microsoft is laying off. Xbox, the Xbox division is laying off some of their employees. Then you got EA, Sony, Bungie just laid off half, I would say 75% of all their workforce. And then Ubisoft is going through legal issues, so they had to lay off. It's just, I mean, but with that being said, a couple of these companies that are doing laying off have record profits, but they're losing employees. I mean, thousands. It's not triple digits. It's quadruple digits of employees losing their jobs from some of the developers that we grown fond of and grown to love. It's just, I don't know, man. I mean, and then also rising development costs. I mean, and then let's not forget, some of these developers open up their pocketbooks as well as their coffers and let the suits come in, the bean counters. And then, with bean counters, they don't care. They only care about the end, the end goal. They don't care about the the journey or the travel. They just see the end where they can speculate due to analytics and profit, which in turns meaning there's no soul. And then next, they're chasing trends, which leads me to, and then they also have unsustainable expectations, which leads to the downfall of a company. Like case in point, live service games, extraction shooters. A lot of companies that, a few companies thought they were going to be golden, because the reason why is because during the pandemic, a lot of us was staying home and a lot of us was playing video games. And they thought that bubble wasn't going to burst. Now that the pandemic is quote unquote done, everybody's going back to work. A lot of people ain't playing games anymore. And plus inflation, Orange Man 45 is causing inflation to go up and up. And then he's trying to, create a war so we can, bring that down, quote unquote. It's causing a lot of inflation. And so people are, everything's going up. Like, even at the grocery store, gas was what, $6 like 2 months ago? Eggs was like $10. It's crazy. So with that being said, like I said, live service, people, companies are trying to jump on the trend with live service. They see, they saw Destiny, they saw Fortnite. And so they tried to emulate that. And now people are in fatigue. People are over live services. People are done with live services. People don't want to do live service. People just want a game. People just want to play the game. They want to get off of work. They want to come home. They want to relax. They want to play games. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to think about what's going on in reality. They want to desync from reality and play their games, but they can't because they got to spend X amount of money to, to even access a game because it's live service, and then a lot of these companies are ran by bean counters or suits, and they sell fake dreams and stuff, and then the live service fail. Look at Suicide Squad, look at Concord, look at Foam Stars, look at S Defiant, look at the Multiverse. Now look at Destiny 2. What all these games got in common? They're live service games. And what happened? They're dead. Why? Because of the suits. Because of people chasing expectations or chasing trends instead of actually coming out with games. What games are thriving right now? Single player games. Because everybody play. And it's like, well, you can keep getting content with live service games. Single player games, you get it and you beat it and that's it. Well, that's the thing. It's enjoyment. But you're not nickel and diming me with a single player game. You come out with the game, I play it, I enjoy it. It's the best experience I ever had. Then I'll find out something else to play. Live service is like, it's not enjoyable anymore. Live service games is work. You don't get off work to come home and play work. Period. Let's keep it a buck. You just don't. You don't do that. And since we talking about work, there's two things I want to talk about and two things I want to address because this is State of the Shell. Number one, GTA 6. Listen, if you buy GTA 6, that's your prerogative. You want to enjoy GTA 6, that's also your prerogative. I'm trying my best not to buy GTA 6. I want to play GTA 6. I want to buy GTA 6, but I got to make a stance. I got to stand 10 toes down. And I'm not saying you have to, but let me present my case. Everybody in the industry is trying to see, follow what Rockstar does. Rockstar sets the precedence now because of GTA 5. GTA 5 is one of the the second best all-time selling game behind Minecraft, I think. And Minecraft or Tetris. So it's in the top 3. And they set in precedence. So all the industry is trying to see what they're doing. And they're about to set a precedent that I haven't seen since 2006. And I'm telling you right now, we cannot let this go. We let it go in 2006 with the goddamn horse mod. And before you say what, the horse mod, in 2006, when the Xbox 360 came out, Bethesda came out with a mod. What was it called? It wasn't called DLC. It was the horse mod DLC, but they called it something else. It was another name. I can't think of the name, what they called it, but it eventually became known as DLC. They came out, and at that time in 2006, I was part of the master race. I was playing PC games because I had just finished Elden Ring, not Elden Ring. God damn it! I finished the Elder Scrolls Morrowind on the PC, and the mod community at that time was amazing for Morrowind. Then my PC died. Then I got a 360, so I had to get Oblivion on the 360. Meanwhile, everybody on the PC that was playing Oblivion was enjoying mods, especially they had like the Lord of the Ring cloaks, the Strider cloaks. Oh man, I wanted those so bad. And then on the console, the mods weren't there. So, to help out with that, what they did was they made it where you had to buy minor transactions. That's what it was. It was called minor transactions. You had to buy the horse mod. This was the first DLC. And I was like, I'm not spending any money for a mod where I can get it for free on the PC. And everybody was like, what's wrong, brokey? You can't afford a horse mod? It ain't nothing. It's a horse mod. It's just a horse mod. And it's only like, well, at that time, it was only what, $2, $5 for the horse mod, just so your horse can wear armor. It was just cosmetics. And then I was like, do not spend or support this. Do not spend your money on this. Do not support this. And I was like, man, ain't nothing gonna happen. Ain't no happen. Fast forward 20 years now, DLC is prevalent. You can't even, all the cosmetics, all the weapon skins, all the cosmic skins for your character, battle passes and all that all stemmed from that goddamn horse mod. We failed as gamers. We should have not supported that. Now, in November, the same thing with the horse mod is now happening with Rockstar. First it was Bethesda in 2006. Now it's Rockstar in 2026. They let the suits, or actually themselves, swindle you into thinking that deluxe edition is the normal edition. Remember, before they even announced the price of the game, they said, everybody in the industry was like, Rockstar is going to make the game $100. This is going to be the first time the normal game is going to be over $100. And everybody was like, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy it if it's over $100, not $100. Okay. So they swindling. They're swindling us. Okay. Reason why I say that is the regular game is $79.99, $80. The deluxe edition is $99.99, $100. Okay. They upped the price on the regular game by $10. And then if you put $20, you get the deluxe edition. Now that's okay. Cause back in the day when you go to GameStop or you go to Best Buy, you get the deluxe edition, the ultimate edition, the limited edition, whatever. You get like certain stuff. You may even get a statue or a helmet or something. You'll get something. Rockstar, what they're doing is that in order to access certain shops and missions, you got to get the ultimate edition. This can't fly, bro. This can't fly, ladies and gentlemen. They can't let this fly, bro. We cannot let this fly, because if we let this fly, this will set precedents. Oh, you want the light version of the game? Because right now, when Destiny went free to play, or Overwatch went free to play, you had the certain, do certain missions. The other missions were locked, and then you had to pay the regular price of the game to get the game. Okay, I get that. What this is, you're paying the regular price. Not only are you paying the regular price, you're not paying $69.99. You're paying an additional $10 for the regular game, but for the whole complete game, you got to spend $100. So in short, they actually did came out with a complete game that's over $100. But people are too stupid to realize that. So they're like, oh, it's just $20. It's just $20. It's just $20 more. I want the whole complete experience. It's just stores. It's just side missions. What's that's going to help? You're sounding like the dumbass idiots back in 2006 that was saying, "Oh, it's just a horse mod. It doesn't do nothing. It's just cosmetics." So in the next 20 years, when you be like, you got to pay for a live service game that you don't own because physical is down. Oh, by the way, GTA 6 is not physical anymore. I mean, I'm on the other side. I haven't had a physical copy of a game in years, you know what I'm saying? Because I play on PC. But most of the PC games aren't physical anymore. They haven't been physical since 2008. So I get that. But I'm just saying, all the people that's complaining about the physicality, I've told you this since 2010. They are going to push where you don't own your games. You just rent the service. Video games are a service now. I've said this for over a decade. But people don't want to listen. Okay. With that being said, in 10, 15, 20 years from now, you're going to be renting your games. You're going to be renting a service. Excuse me. You're not going to be renting a game. You're going to be renting a service. And it's going to be just like the cable company. It's going to be in tiers. Tier 1, you get this mission, and some cosmetics, and you get this character. Tier 2, you get more characters, more missions. Tier 3, you get the complete game. And by the way, it's $150. Welcome to America. Welcome to the future. In this case, welcome to the present, because that's going to happen. That is going to happen. That is going to happen. It's not a question of if it's going to happen. It's a question of when, and when is now, and it's happening right now. But a lot of people are too confuzzled to realize it until it's too late. Like, people didn't realize about the horse mod DLC until like 2012. You know what I'm saying? 6 years later, same thing is going to happen in GTA. Another thing I want to address. I can't believe I'm addressing this. Xbox. What the hell? What the hell, Microsoft? What the hell? The reason why I'm talking about Microsoft is because I saw, my friend Daryl, the D-Dog, y'all know him as D-Dog. D-Dog hit me up and he was like, "You getting a new Xbox?" I was like, "The new Xbox?" He said, "Yeah, you getting a new Xbox?" I was like, "No, they're not coming out with a new Xbox. They just refurbishing, or they just changing the skin of the skin of the Xbox Series X." He's like, no, they're coming out with a new Xbox. I was like, "No, so you saying that it's gonna be like the PlayStation Pro is gonna be stronger and this and that?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "No, it's not. They're just redoing the skin." He was like, "No, they're not. It's $100 more." I was like, "What?" And I looked it up. I was like, "Well, maybe they are doing a pro version of the Xbox Series X." They're not. They just refurbished this. They refurbishing it as far as adding the new, the Xbox 180 skin, where it was all green and you can see through it. And then they're also making the Xbox Series X, making it more, like $100 more. And then the Series S is $100 more. So instead of it was like $600 to $700 for the Series X, and it's like $400 or $500 for the Series S. But they didn't add no RAM. They didn't add nothing. They didn't make it soup it up, power it up, or nothing. They just said the price range. They just made it more expensive. Come on, y'all. We're gamers and we're smarter than this. Don't fall for that shit. I have to cuss because sometimes vulgarity and cussing adds closure. Don't fall for that shit, man. Because at the end of the day, it's been 6 years. The Series X, S, and the PlayStation 5 are 6 years old, about to be 7 years old. Okay. At that range, or that at that time frame, 5 to 6 years old, two things happen. One, we start hearing rumblings of the new updated version. In this case, we start hearing about PlayStation 6 or the new Xbox. Two, the current system goes down in price. They don't go up in price. Remember, PlayStation 2 price dropped it. The PlayStation 2, 6 years, price drop. PlayStation 3, price drop. Xbox 360, price drop. Xbox One, price drop. The Wii U, the Switch, price drop. They didn't raise the price 6 years later. That's ridiculous, man. Like I said, corporate greed. Everybody greedy, and it's across the whole board in this capitalist society. Everybody want money. Everybody want your money. I mean, dude. Just to say off subject, I remember this happened 4 months ago. I went to Kroger's and I went, you know how Kroger's you pay for something, it says cash back. And I was like, you know what? I do need some cash back. I need about $10. And they charged me a 75-cent fee to get the money for cash back after I bought something in that raggedy ass store. Everybody wants your money. You go to a store and you don't even get service. You just, you order your food online and then you go in the drive-through at certain restaurants and you be like, okay, I'm here to pick up my food, and be like, yeah, it's total is such and such. Okay, here, do you want to give money to St. Jude's, or do you want to give money, to tip the staff today? What? Just give me my goddamn food. Why do I have to tip you? You didn't serve me. And in the building. Now, if I was in the building and you served me like a waiter or waitress, then yes, I'll tip. But no. What? And then the tip is not even going to you. It's going to it's not even going to a tip jar. It's going to a fund for everybody. I don't know if that money is being distributed to y'all. It could be going to a fund for the goddamn franchise owner. Kind of everybody greedy, dude. It's just, and let's not even talk about the goddamn scammers. My phone blows up every day with a new scammer. Like, case in point, bro. I had a scammer. I'm gonna read this to you. I had a scammer send me a text message the other day, like 2 days ago. What did he send me? What did he send me? Did I block it? Did I turn it off? Because I was like, are you serious? Hold on. I'm going to look this up. I think I still got it. Hold on. I think this is it. No. But when you hear this, you can be like, man, this is like every day. There's scammers every day. I don't know how they get my phone. I don't know how they do this and this. But it was just like, case in point, it was a scammer saying, yeah, we picked you to be, we saw your YouTube and we like what you're saying. We was thinking we wanted the perfect candidates to get added to an article or a piece with U.S. News or USA Today as far as gamers and something like that. I was like, what? And it was like, it could tell it was a scammer because it was like, hi, my name is Sandy. And we went straight to why we picked you instead of, giving out credentials. I was like, man. So that's the thing, man. Everybody want money. And it's just back on topic. Microsoft, laid off a lot of their workforce as far as because their accountability market shares were down for Microsoft. So they're trying to find any way to get that money back. And that's why they're raising the price on their Series X and the Series S. And that's bullshit. It's just, man. I don't. Man. I don't know. The video game industry, like I said, because, honestly, quite frankly, because gaming is the games that are coming out now or coming out soon. I'm gonna like and play, but like I said, the industry as a whole has no soul. Like all the AAA developers are horrible. They're lifeless. They're soulless. They're all about the end goal. They're not about the game itself. They're not even considering the gamers. Whereas the indie developers are thriving. Why? Because they have soul. They have what they want to do. They're being creative. They got the creative juices. Look at Expedition 33. I think it won Game of the Year, didn't it? Nobody was talking about Expedition 33 before they came out. Took the world by storm. Arc Raiders took the world by storm. What's that baseball game? Not baseball game. What's the name of that game? That card game. It won Game of the Year. What's the card game? Let me look it up real quick. What's the name of that game? Balto, Dave the Diver, Blueprints, Hades, all these indie games, they're doing good because the developers are thriving. The developers are they have soul, they have creativity. They don't have the suits, they don't have the bean counters, they don't have corporate on their back talking about we need to come out with this game for the holiday season, we need it now, but we haven't, no, we need it now, but it won't, no, we need it now. They, they have the time. I mean, even Hello Games, I mean, look at No Man's Sky. I mean, look at the new games that come in. Fire, I forgot the name of the game that they're coming out with, but I mean, they taking their time, and that game pun intended, gonna be fire. Hands on Fire or something like that. I think of it, but it's gonna be amazing. It's just, if I have to gauge, honestly, if I had to gauge the status of the industry right now, how would I okay, let's do it like a health meter. Green is healthy, yellow is caution, orange is concern, red is critical. And the video game industry health meter right now is amber for concern, one step from critical. That's how bad it is out here in these streets. Because like I said, the industry is just, everything is connected. Everything, as far as everything in life, and especially over here in America, everything's connected. How you work can affect how you play, and vice versa. If you work hard, you can play hard. If you work soft, you play soft. If you work crooked, shady, shiesty, you're gonna play shady, and shiesty and stuff like that. It's gonna affect everything. It's affecting society as a whole. Is a living, breathing entity, and if you don't take care of it, it will fail, and it eventually will die. And that's what's happening to the video game industry. Is eventually is on life support, and it's unfortunate. I mean, like I said, there are good games coming out, but at the same time, on the same token, there's a lot of industry, a lot of video game companies, a lot of developers that are dying because they got rid of the soul that got them where they got to in the first place. I mean, like case in point, Bungie. Bungie is, I just saw Ashcroft's video when he was talking to one of the insiders. He had a video today where one of the insiders, the Bungies, one of the former employees of Bungie, and he was talking about how Sony pretty much bought the shell of Bungie. Everybody that had a soul, or everybody that was the lifeblood of Bungie, had left before Sony bought them. And when Sony bought them, they just bought like a shell company, so to speak, almost. It was like, this is not Bungie anymore. So I wish, so that's why we're not getting Destiny 3. It's unfortunate, but I mean, I think all the people who were the former employees or who helped create Bungie, they need to form a new development team. I mean, just like Infinity Ward, came out with Call of Duty, Modern Warfare. They didn't like the way they was going. They lost it. They went and formed Respawn, came out with Apex Legends. I mean, it is what it is. It's a travesty. With that being said, am I still gonna be gaming? Yes, I'm still being gaming, but that doesn't mean I have to eat it with a shit-faced grin. I can still complain. I can still have some feelings because I am a gamer and I see the route that this is going. And I'm gonna not even double, but triple down on that, dog. We can't support. I know it's gonna be hard. I know it, because even I wants to play Grand Theft Auto 6. I want to play Grand Theft Auto 6. But the simple fact that, some people are not getting Grand Theft Auto 6 because there's no physical copy. Okay, that's your prerogative. I get that. But then there's some like me who's like, we cannot support this. I got to pay for the deluxe game just to get the full game. And it's not like I can't afford it. I can. Hell, I can go. I did see a video. Somebody put up a post in Facebook where it was a screenshot of PlayStation 5 PS Store, and it showed, and it said Grand Theft Auto 6 was sold out. I immediately went to the PlayStation Store on my PlayStation to see if it was sold out. I was like, how can a digital game be sold out? But it was somebody putting a practical joke, and I was like, damn, I got because I was like, dang. And then I was thinking, I was like, man, what if this is true? I need to pre-order Grand Theft Auto 6. But I can't. I want to, but I can't. Because it's 2006 all over again with Bethesda with the horse mod. And I'm telling you, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. They're going to set the precedence because everybody in the industry is looking at what Rockstar doing. And Rockstar doing, if they get away with this, then every other company is going to do the same thing. Every single one. And it's just, it's going to be bad. 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 And some of y'all are like, what the fuck is you talking about? It ain't gonna be bad. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's just a game. It's just a game. Yeah, it's just gonna be a game that's gonna cost $150 to get the full game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yes, games, I remember when games were like $30. I remember when games, well, Nintendo cartridges was 60, 70. We know it was from 50 to $80. And then, PlayStation CDs came out, they were anywhere from 30 to $40. Okay. Get that. Then Blu-rays came out. They went from 40 to 50. Then DVDs came out. They went from 50 to 60. All right. Now we're on the digital age. You can download the game. Now they went from 60 to 70. Now GTA 6 comes out. It went from 70 to 80. But that's half the game. You want the full game, you got to buy the deluxe version. That's $100. So they did what they set out to do. Come out with a full game, and you got to pay $100 to enjoy it. Well, that's my state of the union. Well, state of the union, state of Shel. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Sit tight. It's about to get rough. It's about to get rough. And hopefully you enjoy GTA 6. The whole world is going to be playing GTA 6. It's going to be the top selling game of all time. Trust, easy. GTA 6 is going to be the best game ever. Now here's the question. Am I going to be a hypocrite and fold? Or am I going to be able to stand 10 toes down and just be like, nah, I'm good. Time will tell. But damn, hopefully Wolverine, Tokon, and other games will keep me preoccupied, because it's gonna be. Anyway, shout out to y'all. Shout out to my wife, my kids. And keep on gaming, because I'll always be that gamer. Hopefully you be the same. And with that, I'm just going to turn it down. I'm going to release you to enjoy the rest of your Monday. And then I'm going to watch the fireworks that's going to start in the next 3 hours, because NBA free agency start. I'm already seeing that Durant is talking about going to the Seattle, and you want to go talk to the Sacramento Kings. Anyway, y'all have a good night. I'll talk to you guys later. All right.